She knows how to tame a wave, outsmart the wind, and even appease a dragon. No, she's not a sorceress, she's an athlete. She gave up modeling school, ballroom dancing, and playing the saxophone in favor of rowing at the age of 10. She is a master of sports in canoeing, a multiple champion of Europe and the world in dragon boat racing. Today's heroine of our program is the charming girl with an oar named Khrystyna Bilyk. Khrystyna Bilyk devoted most of her life, 13 years out of 23, to rowing. Her friend convinced her to come to the Albatross Sports Club in her hometown of Ivano-Frankivsk. She was engaged in kayaking at first and then moved on to canoeing. The team trained all year round and went out onto the water even in the winter months. There were times when she wanted to quit, but her parents convinced her to continue engaging in her favorite sport. There was open water in Burштyn, which is 40 kilometers away from Ivano-Frankivsk. We had to go to training, and naturally we were all freezing there. You train, but there are still periods when you're cold. I said, "Mom, I don't want to go there, please." And she replied, "Pull yourself together, Khrystyna, come on." She packed my stuff and sent me to training. After graduating from the Ivano-Frankivsk College of Physical Education, Khrystyna moved to Kiev to study at the National University of Physical Education and Sports. When she realized she couldn't achieve great results in canoeing, our heroine decided to try her hand at a related sport, namely dragon boat racing. By then, I had been canoeing in Kiev for probably the second year, and my coach offered me to go to a winter championship for physical training. Naturally, I agreed. It was fun, interesting, and something new for me. As it turned out, after I had performed there at a decent level, a dragon boat racing coach approached my coach and said to him, "I'm trying to put together a good team for the next year. Let's sign Khrystyna up as a member of my crew." I agreed, of course, because it was something new. Khrystyna began training in a women's team of 10. They did not earn admission to compete in international competitions in the first year, but luck was on her side in the next season. We went to Poltava the following spring. It got really busy all of a sudden. There was one competition, then another one, and then the European Championships, where we won a lot of medals. It was in Rome that we won the Cup of Nations. Those were my first international competitions. Since the 2016 European Championships in Italy, Khrystyna Bilyk has brought back 5 gold medals, 3 silver medals, and a bronze medal. After such success, the athlete became obsessed with dragon boat racing. However, she admits that it wasn't easy at first. One of the unique features of dragon boat racing competitions is the short gaps between starts. An athlete can finish and immediately begin another race. The same person can paddle in a 10 and 20-seat boat, in a mixed crew in addition to either female or male crews, and at different distances of 200, 500 and 2000 meters. That's not to mention the stage of a given tournament, qualifications, semifinals or finals. So this means that a paddler is capable of taking part in up to 7 races per day. It was actually really difficult in Italy. Fortunately, we managed to come out of it successfully. It was race after race. People who watched it couldn't understand how women were physically capable of finishing a race in a 10-seat boat and starting another race in a 20-seat boat. But the 2016 World Cup among national teams was the real trial for our heroine and the entire national team. There were not just the Europeans, but also the founders of dragon boat racing, the Chinese, as well as Filipinos. It was really humbling when we were finishing 4th in the first 2 days. Finishing 4th was a real disappointment for our team after winning gold medals. Even though we tried our hardest and gave it our all, we still only came in 4th place. But then we finished 3rd in the women's 10-seat 200-meter race. We were absolutely thrilled. Of the favorite distance of the Ukrainian national team 2 kilometers mixed 20, the main struggle was against the Russian national team. It was very cold and rainy, but Khrystyna and her teammates heard people from the bleachers chanting "Ukraine, amazing!" I still remember it really well. We crossed the finish line, tired, turned around and saw that the Russians could have caught up with us, but they faced an emergency situation. Their boat was overflown with a lot of water because they were trying to overtake other teams. The video shows how 2 girls were trying to scoop out the water instead of paddling. Maybe they collided with someone along the way. We turned around at the finish line and saw the Russian boat drowning, with the drummer sitting at the water level. They all jumped out and had to be saved. The perfect end to the competition. Ukraine won and took the gold medal home. In 2019, the Dragon Boat Racing World Championship among clubs was held in Kiev. Khrystyna Bilyk took part in it as part of the DBC, Dragon Boat Club Kyiv team. She won 6 gold medals, 1 silver and 3 bronze.
І переможцем стала команда DBC Київ. Дівчата, заходьте до нас на сцену. The winner is DBC Київ.
Our heroine's husband, Burak, came to support her at the home World Championship. He's a native of Iraq. He studied in Kiev at the National Aviation University and majored in the field of aircraft engineering. He found his future wife on the internet. They agreed to meet to work out at a fitness gym. He came, I saw him start to run. He was a bit chubby. He continued running while I was warming up. He kept running for so long that I got tired of it and walked up to him to say hello. He answered hello, though was slightly shocked because I walked up to him from behind. He was not expecting this, but he answered in a very pleasant voice. And then there was a spark between us. I was running. She walked up to me and scared me, totally surprised. I almost fell to the floor. That's how it all started. Then we started meeting every day to chat about life and other things, and we got to know each other better. As it turned out later, it was the first time in Burak's life that he came to a gym and by pure accident and luck met Khrystyna. After a year of dating her, he started engaging in dragon boat training himself. He says that sports and Khrystyna drastically changed his life. I like the fact that she's smart and successful. She always strives to go forward, always. She never stops after achieving something. She aims higher. That's what I like the most about her. Well, of course, I also admire her beauty. Before taking his beloved to his relatives in Baghdad, Burak proposed to her unexpectedly right before their departure at the airport. We started taking pictures at the airport. I couldn't understand what was going on, and then suddenly he knelt in front of me and proposed to me. It was a very nice and romantic moment in the atmosphere of an airport. Burak's large family accepted her as one of them. He showed me different models of clothing from fashion shows, and I told him what I liked. But then mother said, "You know, Khrystyna, father really wants you to wear this particular dress." They didn't tell it to me for some reason. Everything was a secret with them. I didn't understand anything. I saw the dress for the first time when I was taking it from the salon. It was very beautiful. In Iraq, the husband must fully provide for his wife. Shopping 3 to 4 times a week is a must for Arab wives. But Khrystyna could not just sit idly. She got a job of a fitness trainer at a women's sports club. Her clients admired her European beauty and came to the club to chat rather than work out. Some of them are too chatty, so I tell them in Arabic, "I don't understand you, that's enough, let's do some work." But they came to the gym just to talk. If I don't understand them, they try to use gestures. When I say to them in Arabic, "That's it, I'm busy, start your workout." After half a year in Iraq, Khrystyna was really missing rowing, the Dnipro River and her club. She was hurrying to a training session as if it was a holiday. First of all, it's a habit. I've been rowing for 14 years, probably more than half of my life. It's the water and nature. It's a feeling that no words can describe when you go paddling in the morning, and it's so pleasant, calm and fresh. Or in the evening, when you start paddling and it's still bright outside. But when you come out of the water, the moon is already out. All this has a very beautiful and romantic atmosphere. Khrystyna also likes her sport for the team spirit and the indescribable taste of victory that she savors from it. That's what really keeps me going. Naturally, we get upset sometimes because we don't win or don't finish in the top 3. But it's really great when we win after that, and we feel great joy inside. It's all emotions, of course. It might seem that we're just doing our work at a 2-kilometer distance, but at the same time, something holds so many emotions inside. Then we reach the finish line, and this is when all these emotions come out. She wants to win medals, but the result is what matters the most to her. So if a boat sails well, that's already great. And whether she wins a medal or not, it doesn't matter as much. Dragon boat racing is not just a spectacular sight to the drumbeat. It's also races in the rain, wind, and under the scorching sun. Sometimes boats turn over and paddlers end up in the water, which is not always warm, and sometimes rivals hit their paddles to prevent them from overtaking. Sometimes they finish a fraction of a second away from winning a medal, which is also very disappointing. Each victory has its own prize. It's all about work and patience. I think this is the case in any sport. Sometimes when I'm paddling along a course, it could be very hard. I could be out of breath and my muscles are burning. But I know that I'm not alone there. I'm one of 20 people. And if I give up, no one will work for me. So I know when I can speed up or help, but I can never slow down. I must always make it to the end. It's very hard to paddle through a 2-kilometer course, and every distance is difficult, so it's all about hard work and patience. But fatigue goes away and the joy of victory is replaced by the anticipation of new competitions. In 2020, Kyiv is preparing to host the European Championship among national teams, and Khrystyna Bilyk plans to participate in order to increase her collection of prestigious awards.